Most of the time, I'm scared. I'm scared to go to the washroom. I'm scared to walk down the street. I'm scared to call someone. And I wonder what the reaction will be in each of those situations, plus a whole host of other ones. We're a few days removed from Trans Day of Visibility, 2021. And I put myself out in a way as really visible, in a way I've never done before, or I've never received this kind of reaction before, where literally 50,000 people on multiple platforms were engaging with my content. It was pretty overwhelming, but it was also really affirming in that I was very intentional about what I did, where I did it, and I created a conversation, particularly in the human resources community and the business community that I work and operate in. I received a lot of messages of overwhelming support, and I received several messages from people asking how to be a better ally. So I put this video together, 5 quick ways for you to be a better ally. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around and let's get at it. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kate Madden, and I live on the unceded coastal Salish territories here in Vancouver, British Columbia. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please take a minute to look at some other videos, hit the like button and subscribe. I think you'll gain value in some of the things I share here. And really, I'm trying to create a resource that I felt that I didn't have 3 years ago when I began my transition journey. Allies are important. There are more of you than there are of us. I saw a statistic recently that said that in the Canadian population, 0.35% of us are trans. So when it comes to creating visibility, when it comes to creating inclusivity, welcoming environments, safe places, there's more of you who are able to do that than there are of us. You know, we all want to stand on our own 2 feet, but sometimes it's just easier when we have a little help. Something I've really come to realize in my life is I'm not sure I would have made it through the last 3 years without the allies in my life, the support that I had in my life. And I know that that's true for a lot of us. I don't speak for all trans people, but certainly that's a common experience for a lot of us. One key way you can be an ally is do the work yourself. It's really hard for a lot of trans people. We're navigating a lot of different life changes. Some of us are going through divorces. Some of us have lost our jobs as a result of transition. We're navigating new experiences, or we're experiencing oppression for the first time. We're engaging with systems that used to benefit us from the trans feminine perspective, and now it's arrayed against us. So we can be exhausted, and some of us just don't have the emotional or intellectual capacity to engage people with the questions, sometimes innocent, sometimes invasive, the questions that people are going to ask. So the first way you can be a better ally is do the work yourself. There's a lot of blogs out there now. There's vlogs. I've got almost 90 videos up here over the last 2 years detailing my entire transition. Various social media feeds. Some of them are very visible, very insightful and very informative, whether that be on Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube. You know, there's books as well to read. There's things you can do on your own time, rather than transferring that labor to the oppressed person in your life, the trans person. The second way that you can really be a better ally is to make inclusivity a part of your whole world. It's not just at work or at school, but holistically, is it in everything you do? Do you challenge transphobia when you encounter it? Do you use our names and our pronouns even when we're not around? Trans people are who they say they are. And sometimes that might be hard for you to understand, particularly for the non-binary experience, people using they, them pronouns or neo-pronouns such as je and jer. But at the end of the day, it's not about you and your discomfort or your inability to understand that. Rather, it's about who they are and who they're telling you that they are. And it's easy to adopt and adapt to their name and their pronouns. Being an ally is bringing action to life, really. It's a verb. And I think one of the key ways you can do that in making allyship a part of your world is when you create space for us, if you're creating space for us, do it in a way where we can step into that space. You can pass us the mic and we can tell our own stories through our own lived experiences. In making allyship a part of your world is when you create space for us, if you're creating space for us, do it in a way where we can step into that space. You can pass us the mic and we can tell our own stories through our own lived experiences. A third way to be a better ally is to check your privilege. Being trans can be exhausting. None of this is for attention, and none of it was a choice. Like, we had to end the dysphoria that we were experiencing, and the way to do that is to transition. And if that's the first time you've heard the word dysphoria, gender dysphoria is the term that's used. I think it's clinical. You can look it up in the DSM-5. The term used to describe the disconnect between one's assigned sex at birth and one's gender. So in my case, I was assigned male at birth. And the dysphoria I felt was that I always knew I was female. There are things in your world that might come easy to you. The things you can access, the facilities, the institutions, the processes that you can access. And we're going about our transition and our lives in a way that sometimes there's hurdles in place or gatekeepers. We're trying to access medical care. We're trying to find employment. We're trying to get educated or get our transcripts so we can be recognized for our experience and skills and get a better job or maintain our employment in that field. Or even just going to the washroom. These things and other things can present hurdles in our world that you might not necessarily face. Sometimes we need a helping hand to get through that. Or we need to be shown the way to navigate the system. I think something we all have difficulty with, at least I know I do, is apologizing. If there's something I've learned, it's that it's not just the trans person who transitions, it's all the people around the trans person. And with that, there's going to be some mistakes made, particularly with people whom we've known a long time. If you make a mistake, apologize and move on. Don't make a big deal about it. If someone else points out that you've made a mistake, acknowledge it and listen. It can be really easy to dismiss experiences of transphobia, but listen to us. If we're saying something is transphobic, chances are that's transphobic and it's making us experience fear or anxiety or just a general lack of safety. Apologize and move on and learn from that experience. The fifth and final way to be a better ally is to be there for us. Some days it's really, really hard. We're navigating a lot of different changes in our life. We're experiencing new things with a different set of tools. Hormones sometimes are changing how our brain is receiving information or articulating our thoughts. It's really hard to be stared at all the time as a visibly trans person. It's no fun knowing people are talking about you. Sometimes we just need a smile. A simple hello, how's your day going? How are you? And I think in that moment of being kind, of inviting someone to be open and vulnerable, of allowing someone to just say, I'm having a really hard day and here's why, or I'm having a fantastic day and here's why. Just gives us a chance to be normal. And at the end of the day, that's all we want. It's just to be ourselves, to be authentic, to love and be loved for who we truly are. If you watched this video, and if you've commented on my post from the Trans Day of Visibility 2021, thank you so much. If you sent me a message, I appreciate it. I can't respond to every one of them. It's exhausting. Like, I really overextended myself this year. But I put the video together and I just wanted to try to help others understand and maybe create space for trans people in their life who might not have come out yet, but they see you being an ally and they know that it's going to be safe to talk to you. And that just might save a life. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, here's to life.